Welcome to your local forecast, where we provide you with your daily information about the weather and climate.
Today's weather seems to be quite warm, with 24 degrees Celsius and clear skies. The colourful world around me mocks my loss, as if it was shoving its bright, happy nature into my rough face. But for the first time in my life, I'm looking for a rational cause, something that gives me closure and helps me fix my mistakes. I'll seek advice and knowledge. Stick around for your local weather forecast. Do you believe in lifelong relationships? Obviously you're making a commitment and stuff. So how confident are you in that lasting you a lifetime, a relationship like this? So do you have any thoughts on that?
100%. I think I'm 100% confident. I don't think I'd do it if I didn't feel confident in it, to be fair.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I think marriage is becoming a thing of the past, but it's very much a thing of our present. Definitely.
Do you think that relationships change once you're married? Do you think they don't?
Well, we only got married at 9:30.
Oh.
We got married this morning.
Yeah. What do you think, in the future?
I think it will, but you change with each other, don't you?
Exactly. Yeah. Do you think grows character, being in a relationship? Do you think develops you as a person?
I think we both changed a lot. But we changed for each other.
Yeah. They are successful because they grew with each other. They had naturally radiating aura that warmed my soul and showed me truly what it means to be in a relationship. I feel as if I had an ignorant and childish perception of growth. Rather it being individual paths, it's a path together. This was a very valuable interview. While still conducting interviews, I would like to touch upon religion and other ideas that I am familiar with. Oh, I miss her. Stoicism encourages deep but rational relationships, rooted in virtue, self-discipline, and acceptance. Love with reason, care for others without becoming emotionally dependent, appreciate relationships while being mindful of their impermanence, character over emotion, control what you can, emotional clarity, and using relationships as practice. This is a very complicated idea, as it destroys the idea of unconditional love, but still gives a varied opinion and valuable information. As I delve deep into the heart of Newcastle, I am on the hunt for people to interview and questions to be answered, specifically about the influences of their relationships, and if religion has ever been a deciding factor. A church with a war memorial. Before going into the church, I decided to interview a few of the people outside, and to think about the men that died in the war, and how insignificant my worries are compared to theirs. Would you say religion has ever changed your approach to relationships? No?
We're not ready.
Quick little interview for a documentary.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, man, get yourself to bloody college. Look at that Pepsi Cola. God, you'll be paying more for that. Now China's Trump's put things on the price of making things.
I don't even know what happened. Christianity teaches that relationships should be rooted in love, respect, and faithfulness, reflecting God's love for humanity. Love as the foundation. Marriage, sexuality, dating, forgiveness and grace, respect and mutual submission. Christian relationships are based on selfless, sacrificial love, Corinthians 13, This applies to romantic, familiar, and friendships. Marriage is seen as sacred, lifelong covenant between one man and one woman. Genesis 2:24. Do you have any advice on how to get over breakups or any like emotional situations going on with women or men or whatever you do?
When it came to mine, I more or less just, I don't explain it, I kind of just shut it off, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I kind of just shut off because quite frankly, I didn't feel like I had anyone to talk to, so I more or less just didn't recognize the problem at that time. That seems somewhat negative, however, when it comes to my standards, that's what I did. Mainly just because it was the only way I could really deal with it. Because if I just kept crying about it, then it would just be worse for me. It would make me feel awful than I already was.
Yeah.
So I just shut off completely, not like emotionally, but more or less just I faced the problem at face value and was like, it happened.
Yeah. That makes sense. Would you say religion has ever affected your thinking onto relationships, like maybe finding a partner or just speaking to friends in general, not just someone that you're interested in dating?
When it came to religion, I would have to say that like it made me feel less interested in, well, of course, like procreative, like.
Sex is considered a gift from God, meant to be expressed within marriage. Hebrews 13:4-1, Corinthians 16:18-20. Relationships are the heart of life. Whether it's family, friendship, or love, they shape who we are. But what should they really look like? From a Christian perspective, we're called to love like Christ, patiently, kindly, and with grace. Love your neighbor as yourself. This is not a rule, it's a reminder that real love is a decision, not a feeling. It forgives, it sacrifices, and it endures. Stoicism teaches us something just as powerful. Control yourself, not others. People won't always act how we want. We can choose to respond with wisdom, calm, and virtue. A good relationship isn't about changing others, it's about being the best version of yourself, even when it's hard. And common sense. It reminds us to communicate, to listen, to be honest and respectful. Because at the end of the day, no philosophy matters if we don't show up with integrity, humility, and love. So let's build relationships that are selfless, resilient, and real. Love deeply, think clearly, act wisely. This time the warm weather feels nice. With all the people I've met and the philosophy that I've been taught, I think I've learned a lot about connections and relationships as a whole. And I'm finally ready to move on. I really hope this program was beneficial for you. As your weatherman, there may not always be sunshine, but there's always some sunlight behind the clouds.